Hello there, so we are diving into the world of protection. This video took me some time to make, so please cheer me up with a like if you find it somewhat interesting to watch. As you know, the difference between epic numbers of resistances were not that relevant before. I made few videos about that, but in today's reality of Fallout 76, we have those numbers even more crazy. So let's find out if we should care about boosting them up beyond insanity. I'm using the build from my previous video about bolstering. It doesn't matter that much the build itself, cause we are checking what's up in general. But of course you're welcome to check it out as a part of helping me with my YouTube journey. And for the first test, we're gonna stay troubleshooting instead of bolstering, cause damage reduction is crucial, and in this particular case, this legendary modification gonna perform way better. So all pieces are troubleshooters. EN06 Guardian is the hardest boss in the game. Well, damage tanking from Vice. Primarily we are dealing with lasers and missiles, and we're gonna try all power armor sets except for ultracite and strangler, cause I have no emergency protocols on this. So here we are checking how fast this dude kills us. The longest survivability out of 3 attempts, and damage we deal back using reflective modification and ricochet. As you can see, the first and second place go to Vulcan and T65 because of the highest ballistic and energy resistances, so that confirms the importance of having crazy numbers we can boost with perks and temporal buffs. On the other hand, we deal more damage back with T45, so this result is completely irrelevant to compare protection, because ricochet is a chance-based effect, but important in general, because we can magically survive longer with not super high resistance numbers. Finally, we can conclude that energy resistance has the first importance, and the ballistic one follows but has no major impact on our protection here. Therefore, go with Vulcan to fight EN06, and don't forget Ricochet, cause T45 resulted better with worse ballistic resistance than Hellcat. I did not mention ultracite power armor in the previous test, but it actually has the most epic radiation resistance, which gives extra 42% of time to take damage during a radiation rumble if we compare it with Vulcan PA. I'm showing you the difference like this cause our smartwatch, also known as Pip-Boy, doesn't always correctly reflect the radiation damage we are taking, so keep it in mind, just in case. Of course, there is less difference between T65 and ultracite, and I'd say the Secret Service overpowered armor would be better because of epic ballistic resistance. Do not forget that you can use Radix diluted or even normal Radix if you have no mutations, but having no mutations is straight up stupid. I will never understand players who purposely avoid them. And also, I will never understand the reason of suppressing mutations upon consuming non-diluted version of Radix. Gameplay wise it has no meaning, though was kinda useful when we had this fast travel bug, if you remember. What else can I say here? Well, bolstering has no effect on the amount of reds we are taking, the damage is the same. I guess no damage reduction legendary modifications will work here, but obviously you can go with what reds legendary perk, right here. As long as we take less than 6 reds, we are fine with every combo of protection, and do not forget about Red Sponge. Used to be the worst perk or one of them, and now it is the best one in my book. In case if you are using Rejuvenator's legendary modification, you can survive almost whatever, definitely any non-bossy fight with every power armor. But of course Vulcan or T65 or even X01 would be the best choice damage resistant wise. I mean, in general these sets present enoughly epic numbers. Plus you can go with damage reduction. In this case I'm using bolstering that does nothing still. But maybe you want your armor to do something like dealing poison damage, for example. In this case you can use strangler heart, but well, for a damage not enough, right? But of course it is just some extra to nearby enemies. I think we should look into strangler heart effectiveness more closely. Yes, it offers less resistance, and maybe we can't actually poison robots and turrets. We can't, right? Yeah, I think we can't. But going with a full combo of rejuvenators will solve any problem. Plus it has the second best radiation resistance if you care. So, ladies and gents, it all comes down to a very suggested solution by Bethesda. To have multiple sets of armor for different environments, bosses, or in one word, situations. Personally, I prefer Vulcan because of great secondary effects and the gimbal bracers, though it was kinda nerfed. Obviously, you can offer me your opinion in the comment section, what power armor you use and why. Most likely I will heart your comment or respond or both. I ignore only weird stuff and no wait, some comments are shown in YouTube Studio but I can't interact with them for any reason I have no idea about. And obviously I'm not done talking about armor and talking about protection in general, but please sponsor my work with likes, with comments. You know how it works on YouTube. And by the way, if someone has spare calibrated shocks and emergency protocols plans for ultracite P8, I'd love to have them, but not sure what can I offer in return. Some caps? Like 30k? Anyhow, I gotta wrap this video up here, though I have more info to share, but I prefer to do it later. Okie dokie, ladies and gents, big thank you for watching. Yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye bye. Bye bye.